Hello, hello. I hope I find everyone very well this month. I don't know if I can say that lightly. All in all, guys, we made it. We're halfway through the year. We made it. It's July 2018. Just be glad that you made it in one piece, you know? Anyway, I just want to make this intro pretty quick as possible. I don't really like long intros. No one really does. So for this month, we're using the Botticelli deck here for you guys' readings for July 2018. And I want to quickly go over what's going on astrologically and going on up there in the damn sky. So Mars went retrograde June 26th at 9 degrees Aquarius. So we also have Jupiter going direct, yay! July 10th at 13 degrees Scorpio. And we also have a partial solar eclipse at 20 degrees Cancer, and that's on July 12th. We also have a total lunar eclipse, July 27th, and that's at 4 degrees Aquarius, and that's conjunct Mars retrograde. I know it sounds all crazy, but lots going on, but we'll talk more about that as time goes on, okay? Also this month, guys, I know Mercury's going retrograde as well. July 26th at 11 degrees Leo. You made it this far. Shoot, we can do it. We got this, okay? If you guys also check the description box, you guys can find the Amazon wish list that I put together. It's a good way to get a good reading for a pretty good price. So provide the channel with fresh content and just, you know, fresh new decks and things of that nature, okay? So not only does it, you know, give back to me, but it also gives back to you guys as well, and it just gives back to the channel as a whole. Okay, and for every deck that's purchased there, you guys also get a reading for each deck that's purchased. Also, guys, check out the description box for a link to our podcast. I'd like you guys to hear a couple things that are on there, just some of my thoughts upon certain instances and certain spiritual topics. Okay, I think you guys would really enjoy that as well. You guys can also find a donation link if you guys would like to donate to the channel to keep things going, keep things fresh. That's also in the description box as well. Also in the description box, check out the link to the Neptune retrograde special that I put together for you guys for all the rising signs. Oh, that's right. See, forgot one. Neptune's retrograde as well. Damn, lots going on, right? We'll make it. For usual, if you guys would like to book a reading, please visit intuitiveperceptions.com and go to the services tab. And utilize the chat function while you're there, and I'll chat back and forth with you. And also, if I just so happen, I get notifications on my phone, but if I just so happen to not be around at that time, go ahead and leave your email and your first and last name within the chat. And yeah, I'll get back to you as soon as possible. All right, I believe that's it. All right, let's go ahead and bless the deck, and we'll get started. Father God, I open all channels of light, north, south, east, and west. Guardian angels of the four directions, high councils who serve the law of one, holy pure ones, please anchor this space now in your divine consecration to provide every single zodiac sign with the clarity and direction as to which he or she seeks, and please grant me, the reader, the objectivity to read the cards and relay every single message as they're meant and are intended to be this month. Viggity, viggity, Virgo! Here's your reading for July 2018. Before we get started, guys, remember, this is a general reading, so please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. And please never ever force anything regarding you guys' unique situations. The energies and messages here can either be coming directly from you, happening to you, or involving someone you're dealing with. And the messages can, in terms of those areas, can switch upon any given instance here. And also remember to check your sun, moon, and rising for refined clarity to see what this month may have in store for you. Okay, Virgo, so for the heart of the matter, we have the Two of Swords here reversed. For your foundation or what you're resting upon, the Queen of Wands reversed. For what's behind you, the Hierophant. The door that is now closed, the Queen of Cups reversed. For what's ahead of you, the Sun, and the door that is now open, we have the Knave of Swords or the Page of Swords. You could maybe be dealing with a water sign, Aries, Leo, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. You could be dealing maybe with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, maybe a Taurus, maybe possibly a Leo. Any and all the signs mentioned, sun, moon, or rising, or maybe you can have that in your chart as well. Right. Virgo, this month I'm feeling like, okay, it's interesting. It's like, okay, like I'm picking between the lesser of two evils, something to that effect, or choosing not to make a decision. It's something to that effect here. Okay, and I'll explain that as we work through the spread, but for what's behind you in the door that's now closed, there's something here where it's like choosing to kind of like stick to your moral ground, which, you know, we all do that. It's okay. But it's like there's something like indoctrination or the way that you view things, right? And there's something here I'm picking up, like being stubborn in the way that you view things and how you do things, and it negatively affecting you in terms of emotionally, and in terms of it being like your emotions kind of getting okay. If let's say a situation is causing is called for you to be emotionally yielding, not wanting to do that, that's behind you, I feel here, okay? Now for what's ahead of you and the door that's now open, there's going to light will now be shed upon communication and where it's coming from, how you're doing it, communication with yourself, communication with other people, overall just approaching things in a communicative manner as to which, is it great for you? Does it work? I'm picking up to communicating with yourself as well. What you may be either telling yourself or not telling yourself. So that's what's in ahead of you in the door that's now open. Now, when I was coming, or what I was getting to regarding the lesser of two evils, it's sort of like, Virgo, I feel this month, you may find yourself battling with, are we going to continue to possibly allow our emotions to get the best of us? And also, are we going to revert back to the past possibly, even though you move past it, but will we maybe go back to situations where we, like I said, we become indoctrinated into our emotions and like, I'm not going to do this because of that? Or are we going to expand our mindset and look at situations from a different point of view? How we're going to understand how that's going to work, and are we going, okay, it's something here too, like, are we going to take others' advice? Now, maybe not apply it, but take it and be open to it, and it possibly helping you, and it being like, you know, you saying, that's a good point. Are we going to prevent that from happening? Are we going to not want to hear a different perspective and possibly gaining a great insight that we can apply to our life? So it's something to the effect of here regarding the choice. It's like, are we going to choose to be open-minded, or are we going to choose to be closed-minded? That's kind of what I'm getting here for you this month. Are we going to choose those two? Which one are we going to choose? Or are we going to choose not to make a decision? Because not making, well, we have to look at it like this, Virgo. Not making a decision is making a decision. And it's, and how are you, because the Queen of Wands is in your reversed in your foundation, how are you going to approach this? Are you going to not listen to your intuition if someone's telling you something and you kind of say, that's pretty good? Or are you going to listen to your intuition and take that advice? How are you applying your creativity, your power? Here, when I say power, it's more of just like your strengths. How are you applying your strengths? Are you applying it to growth, or are you applying it to debilitation? How was this going to work for you? Which one are you going to choose? Are you going to choose to not do either or and just continue to be the way that you are? And which I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying the way that you are you going to continue to stick to that? Which then kind of sets you up for emotional instability. I also picked up for you too, Virgo, here, like sometimes when we stick to a certain mindset, we may like tell ourselves and be prepared for the worst to happen, but it's more of like not prepared, you're expecting the worst to happen. So we kind of manifest that. It's like self-fulfilling prophecy. And since I know a lot of us are ascending right now, and a lot of us are in 4D and 5D, or we're vibrating at 4 or 5D, it's like we're going to realize how our thoughts and how our intentions, even though we may not say it, But the fact that we feel it, we put it out there, the vibration is there, we're going to manifest things a lot quicker during this time. And it's going to take all of us as a collective to realize that that's happening. It's like a double-edged sword, you know, crazy double-edged sword, two of swords, right? It's like we have the power and the ability to manifest things a lot better, or maybe a lot faster, more efficient now, but at the same time, we have to be more aware of our thoughts. You see, that's what I'm kind of feeling for you this month. How are you going to delegate? Like I said, I keep going back to the Queen of Wands reverse. How are you going to delegate that power? Are you going to choose to be optimistic, or are you going to choose to be pessimistic? It's just based on choices this month for you, Virgo. That's what I'm feeling it's going to be. And yeah, light will be shed, as I said before, upon how well you communicate, like I said, with yourself and also with other people, and how that communication, I don't think it's going to be very bad, but it's going to be, light will be shed upon those areas as to going back to the beginning of communication in terms of a review of the communication and saying, am I speaking to myself incorrectly? Am I listening to the wrong people? Those types of things will come up, and then you're going to see that through those dynamics or aspects, how this communication is either hindering you or propelling you forward. You're going to see how that happens and how they work and how they affect you as an individual, and how it may add to self-demise, or it may add to getting or absorbing, imbibing the worst of a situation because you expected that, and manifesting the worst. It's like we can't be upset when we expect something to happen, then we make it happen. That's an expectation. It's also, I just picked up too, be careful with your expectations. Don't apply or put too many expectations upon certain circumstances. Be open-minded and just, hey, whatever happens, happens. You know, I mean, we all, of course, when we do something, you know, we expect a certain result out of it, or at least what is, like I said, what's next to come, or what is supposed to come. You go to school to get a degree, you expect to get the degree, you know, but we can't expect to pass the state board test or something like that. And if we expect that and we're too confident, we may not. So you see what I mean? It's something like that I'm feeling for you this month. And you're going to see how everything that we just spoke of, how it can happen through our active participation within that process. All right, Virgo, that's what I'm picking up for you for July 2018. If you find yourself maybe being a little bit more pessimistic than optimistic, you know, book a reading and let's see where these blocks are and these blockages are, and how they're in your chart. So what's going on. I just picked up like childhood blocks that may have formed your sense of self-worth and your sense of expectation, which then may negatively affect your decisions, from possibly placing you in an advantageous position where you know, you're at the right place at the right time type of thing, and also maybe at the wrong place at the wrong time and why you're there. You know, those kind of types of situations. All right, Virgo, be optimistic this month, okay? Keep an open mind. All right, Virgo, we'll see ya.